Hello and welcome to the Backlog Odyssey. I'm Patrick, and this time around we're taking a look at a game with more metal than your mother's cast iron frying pan, Slain Back from Hell. Developed by Andrew Gilmore and published by Digerati Distribution, Slain Back from Hell originally got its start as a Kickstarter campaign, but went by the name of Slain with an exclamation mark. With 1,013 backers, the project was successful, but upon its original release in early 2016, it met with quote-unquote disappointing initial reviews. In other words, it was terrible. After hearing the feedback from fans and critics alike, Wolf Brew Games, Andrew Gilmore's development studio at the time, set out to scrap what they currently had and to make some major improvements. And then later that same year, Slain, with an exclamation mark, was re-released and resurrected as Slain Back from Hell, minus the exclamation mark. An appropriate subtitle for sure. Slain is a retro-inspired 2D action platform with more than its fair share of metal, dark fantasy, and gore, with an emphasis on metal and gore. Let me tell you, if your life was lacking any of those three elements, this game will give it to you in spades, with a mountain more to spare. Actually, although many people cited it as being a Castlevania-style game, my initial impression was that it reminded me more of the Blizzard classic Blackthorn, which shared many of the same elements, at least aesthetically, though Blackthorn would be considered tame by comparison. And speaking of aesthetics, the graphics in Slain are quite impressive. I love how detailed and interesting all the sprites and backgrounds are in the game, and the smooth, fluid animations are just the cherry on top. And even though the game is boasted to have a head-banging metal soundtrack, it wasn't quite as metal as I was hoping. Though still, it is fun to listen to, and suits the game perfectly. In Slain, your goal as the recently resurrected Bathoran is to traverse the 6 different cursed realms, slaying enemies, avoiding gruesome traps, and crushing the overlords from each corner of this grotesque, gothic world, in hopes to find the dastardly Lord Vroll and prevent him from corrupting the surrounding domain further. To do this, you'll swing your sword, wield powerful weapon-altering elements, and sling spirit Hadoukens. At least that's what they look like to me. And it's definitely not easy. You'll find yourself dying and retrying over and over again until you've either learned the enemy and boss patterns, or just get lucky. I will say, though, that the game never really feels unfair. Despite the slightly wonky feel to the controls, many of the challenges actually come down to your mastery of the mechanics, which I more than appreciate. And although Slain isn't the greatest 2D action game out there that I've played in recent years, it's still fun and rewarding. There's just enough challenge to keep me interested and wanting to see what comes next, and I look forward to playing more. So what do you guys think of Slain Back from Hell? Let me know way down there in the comments section below. Be sure to check out my full review in the near future on the Backlog Odyssey website. Link will be in the description below. You can also follow me on Twitter at Backlog Odyssey and Instagram at The Backlog Odyssey to stay up to date with when we publish new content and other random gaming shenanigans. Until next time, folks, I'm Patrick, and this is the Backlog Odyssey. Have a good one.